Buhle bokukholwa umsindisi labungakadluli ubushabani.
My name is Barbara Japa. I'm one of the directors for Performance Solutions Africa, PSA for short. PSA is doing the project management for running this Principals Management Development Program, which is known as PMDP. The aim of this program is to upgrade the management skills of principals and, to an extent, the ward managers in the 50 participating schools of this pilot. And the main focus for us within this program is to focus on the 3 levels that have a huge impact in running the schools, which is the ward manager, the principal, as well as the SMT within the school. In terms of the background of the schools that are participating in the pilot, the schools are basically from poverty-stricken areas. They're more than 90% rural schools. And they're also more primary schools than secondary schools, which have 50% of them have no running water and more than 30% without electricity. The 3 districts that have participated in the pilot are Otugela, Vryheid, as well as Ilembe district. And the principals that have participated are mostly principals that have been in 1 or 2 schools in their principal life. We've run the program with 6 modules. Direction and planning is the first module. Second module, school governance. Third module, curriculum management. Fourth module, resource acquisition and management. Fifth module being financial management. And the 6th and the last module was people management. The methodology that we have applied in running these training workshops has been that of a college training program methodology. And what is meant by that is that we bring the district together, all the wards that are participating within a district, we bring it into a central venue, and that is why we call it a college. After we've trained the principals, we give them a week and a half to go and implement and come up with outputs that are linked to each of the modules. And we go and coach them at their schools where they work. And during the coaching session, we find out what the specific problems that the principal is having in delivering those outputs, as well as how we can make the outputs specific to their particular school, whether it's a special school, a primary school, or a secondary school. The team that is doing the training and coaching for us is a consortium of 3 organizations, and that is PricewaterhouseCoopers, the UKZN itself, as well as Performance Solutions Africa. The funding for the pilot has been from 3 organizations: the KZN Department of Education itself, the J&J Development Projects Trust, as well as the Development Bank of Southern Africa in roughly equal proportions. The criteria that we have used for the program so far to see how it is actually progressing, we have looked at 4 levels for evaluation, and those levels are at the level of the principal themselves, the level of the school, the level of stakeholders and stakeholder involvement, and the 4th level being the level of how the project is actually run. The other level of evaluation for the program that we've used is assessments by participants, which is basically the principals. At the end of each module, they've actually given us an evaluation to say, how do they find the course? Is it relevant? Is it something they can go back and actually implement at the school, and how confident they are they can do that? And if you combine the ratings of the principals, about 95 or 99%, up to 99% are saying that they're finding the course very, very useful. The last level of comments is qualitative comments that we've got from the DOE officials, the ward managers, some of the principals, SGB members at the participating schools, as well as the SMT members at those schools.
We felt the program was really necessary because, as you know, we are not performing very well. As a department, some of our schools are really struggling. And research has shown that if you get the management of a school running well, generally the school also performs well. So to get a program that empowers principals, we feel is a very good program.
I can assure you that it has capacitated me a lot in terms of planning, in terms of direction, in terms of basic functionality of the school. Now I can understand the school is like now in the palm of my hands.
As the members of SGPs, they are all now seeing that they are honored now, because there is nothing that is taken without consulting us. We are so proud because even our principal now is so helpful to everything that is done in school, and she's so transparent. Each and everything that she's doing, she called all the stakeholders of the school to come together, and now even the spirit at the school is so nice. The teachers are working so hard, the learners are working so hard.
In conclusion, I think what we've come to believe, strongly believe, is that there are some 5 critical factors that will make a school run effectively. And these factors are as follows. I mean, the first thing is that there must be an effective principal and or an SMT, which is a school management team. Secondly, there must be subject matter competence in a stable staff environment. Thirdly, there must be effective planning and time management practices within the school. Fourth point is that there must be sound management of the curriculum, which is the soul of learning and teaching in a school. And then the last point is that there must be motivated and disciplined learners as well as educators within the school. And the combination of all of these factors would really make a huge impact in running a school effectively, which is unlike some of the schools of thought who think that your infrastructure at the school, the quintile of the school, and those kinds of factors will make an impact. We have found, contrary to that, is that those factors actually do not contribute to an effectively run school. There is no strong correlation there. In terms of our look at the rollout now for this program going forward after the pilot, is that we're looking to obviously establish some close collaboration with the Department of Education, rolling the program for the next 3 years.
I think, Honorable MEC, from the 3 speeches that you've listened to today, there is a very strong and compelling reason for us to say the program will have to continue.
And having listened to this course, there's no doubt that it's really going to improve your performance as a principal. If you are effective, then the school will be effective. And if you are efficient, the school will be efficient. The skills that I think you are acquiring here will enable you to manage finances of the school, together with the governing body, of course, and other stakeholders.
We are happy with this program because for our comrades that are principals, before there has never been any program to capacitate them. They are appointed some from the classroom as post-level 1, then they are expected to do miracles in terms of managing schools. There is no induction, so I wouldn't say this program is replacing, because there's been nothing in terms of induction. So this program, to me, as a member of SATU involved in the education desk, I feel that it is a good induction program. As a union, we have to grab this program and force the department to be consistent.
And the aim is for further down the line, after the 3 years of rollout, that the Department of Education in KZN can take over the program and run it with its internal resources. What we're looking at in terms of scale then for the rollout is that we're looking to roll out to 3,040 schools by the end of the 3 years, which means that we would have covered 52% of the schools in KZN. And we are also looking to involve all the ward managers, which is 190 ward managers, so that at the end of that program in 3 years, all of the ward managers have been capacitated and they can run it and roll it out to the rest of their schools within the ward. We have proposed that the funding by the Department of Education must be escalated each year from 34% in the first year to 50% in the second year and 60% in the final year, which is the third year. And for us, this displays the commitment and increased commitment by the Department of Education, which is also, from best practice, has been encouraging for funders. And the certificates for those principals that have met their requirements will be issued by the UKZN. The UKZN is also doing the quality assurance for this program.
First and foremost, may I commend the Department of Education for taking a giant step towards the right direction. Indeed, the designers of this program know what is good for the school to deliver quality education.
Thanks to however we were selected for the program, and we hope you guys visit us again and see if we keep in line, because we want to grow as a school so that we can give better education to our learners. Thank you.
I definitely recommend this program to other principals as well, because it had made a great impact in my school. It had made things easier. It has improved my management, which will in turn improve learners' performance.
So the department has in fact did us something which is wonderful. That is why we feel it must not end with this first group, which I understand, which we're told that it's a pilot group, but it should be extended to other people in the whole of the KZN Department of Education. Thank you. I wish and I pray to God that this thing can come to all the schools of our area and all the South African schools to get this opportunity.